What's up, everybody? Spotchka and Destix here. So you know what that means. There's got to be some fucking new Star Wars shit. And yes, there is. Fucking We Got Visions. That just dropped today. And I just got finished watching all of them. Gotta say, some are hit and miss. I mean,
It's cool and interesting.
nobody's gonna like everything.
Yeah.
But, yeah, they're all about like 10 to 20 minutes long. Not bad. But yeah, I really enjoyed it, and especially since they are short and they all dropped at once. I can take more of these I don't know, 3 times a year if they can bust out the animation and get everything together, because it really is not that bad. I very much enjoyed myself. So yeah, I guess let's get into it. So, episode 1 is called The Duel. It comes in at 14 minutes, and I gotta say that this, I think, by far is my favorite episode of this whole little series thing. This is done by Kamikaze Duga Studio? I don't know. But here's something I really noticed right off the bat. Those goddamn helmets, it's the fucking 30 seconds of logos bullshit. But the fucking helmets they would always have at the beginning and everything, nah, those are gone. It goes, we get the Lucasfilm, then we get a Visions logo, and you're right, yeah, they bring the title up and you're right into the episode. So no more of that fucking Disney Plus fucking Star Wars bullshit. So this one I thought was going to be totally in black and white, but it's got these splotches of color all over the place, and it's done really fucking well. This is, I was just like, oh my god, this is fucking beautiful. Right off the bat. I think they're supposed to be on Sullust, because I had the captions on, and someone was saying in solid teas or whatever the fuck. So I think that's where they're at. But yeah, so you got a random guy come into town, you're kind of wandering warrior or whatever. I forgot what the fuck, a Ronin, whatever. So he comes into town, and then all these Empire fucking people show up, and there's all these random ass bounty hunters in the town. They're trying to fucking take him out and everything. You get a fucking there's a Tusken Raider in there and shit, and all this other stuff going on. And then fucking we get a fucking dark side user coming up, and this motherfucker has a goddamn umbrella saber. I'm just like, goddamn, the one part, yeah, spoilers by the way, but this one part, he just fucking stabs it through the fucking dude and then just opens it up and just that was fucking badass. So yeah, he's got a little droid with him and everything, and he's talking to this shopkeeper or whatever, and his droid ends up getting hit by a thing. So he's like, alright, I'm fucking getting in this shit now. So he says to the shopkeeper, he's just like, by the time this pot starts boiling, please have my droid ready, or whatever. So he goes down to fight this dark side user and shit. And here's where stuff gets interesting. Turns out that the umbrella saber is just an attachment that makes it into fucking umbrella and shit. So they have a single blade, and the fucking Ronin guy, he goes to pull out his lightsaber, which is also red. And I'm like, what? Where the fuck did that come from? And that got me thinking, is this guy a gray Jedi? Like a kind of Revan sort of thing? It's very interesting, because dude still has a red lightsaber, and he says he isn't Sith, but he's no Jedi either. So I don't know. So they battle. It's fucking like force attacks. You got everything going on. Pretty fucking badass fight. Of course, the fucking Ronin guy wins. And he busts open the person's lightsaber, takes the Kyber crystal, and they had something else to do. Oh yeah, he went and got the the fucking droid fucking flies around like R2 and fucking Revenge of the Sith and is just fucking taking people out like all over the fucking place. Just shooting missiles all over. It's great. So yeah, he gets back to the town and he gives the shopkeeper the umbrella attachment of this lightsaber and whatever. And then this kid's like, yo, it's badass, like da 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 da. And then he opens up his tunic, and he's got a bunch of red kyber crystals. And he takes one of them and gives it to the kid, or whatever. He's just like, start your journey, something like that. So yeah, that episode was, it's my favorite of what I've seen in this whole shit. Like, animation's fucking great. The whole story of it was great. Not a whole lot of dialogue, but it wasn't fucking needed. Like, you're just looking at cool shit. So, yeah, that's it for episode 1. So, episode 2 is called Tatooine Rhapsody. This one's 13 minutes long, done by Studio Colorido. I'm probably gonna fucking butcher these names, but whatever. This one ranked very low out of the 9 episodes. I don't know what the fuck was going on in this episode or what, but I don't know. So this was like the little music episode or whatever, and like, I don't know, the music was not great. Well, okay, if you like pop punk, you probably like it, but nah. It's very, very cartoony, like a fucking Saturday morning cartoon. Definitely more made for the kids and everything, but yeah, it starts off with this, like right after Order 66, this kid's running with a lightsaber. That shit ends up breaking, and he finds this Hut guy and ends up like joining their band and everything. And they're called Star Waver. So they're playing a show and shit, and this is like the only good part is, well, there's 2 good parts that are both like not really big. But yeah, they're playing this show and they get interrupted by Boba Fett. Which is cool because they got Tamora Morrison to come in and do the fucking voice and shit. That's what's up. So the one Hut guy gets captured and shit, and apparently he is related to what's his nuts? Fucking Jabba. So yeah, he gets taken away, and they're all like, "Yo, we gotta go save him, like his family." Da 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 da. So we get to Tatooine, and we're at the Bunta Eve Mos Espa track for the pod racers from episode 1. And apparently pod racing is outlawed now by this time, because the track's fucked up. Like, there was that big archway that went, like, there's basically like the start finish line. Well, that's all like crumbled and all on the way on the ground and everything. And apparently this is just now like a public execution fucking Coliseum now or something. What? So they're like, yeah, before you get executed or whatever, we'd like to play one more song or whatever. So they're playing this song, and you're going through all fucking all of Tatooine. They're showing different people off and everything. And here's the other funny part. You see Obi-Wan's, like, everyone's like watching him on like holograms and everything. And you see for a quick shot, you see Obi-Wan's hut, and he's watching it too. So that was basically it. And apparently Jabba the Hutt just fucking now hired them or something. So you know how that works out for bands. So yeah, I wasn't a fan of that episode. Goofy, definitely more for the kids. That's all I gotta say about that. So episode 3, that was called The Twins. And this one came in at 17 minutes. This one also one of my favorites. This one's done by Trigger Studios. And yeah, you kind of like start off on this bridge. You like it's like see these like 2 Star Destroyers, and then you got this like big red thing in the middle, which I'm not exactly sure what they were thinking with this design. With like it's basically another fucking Death Star fucking machine. But yeah, it just looks kind of goofy with like 2 Star Destroyers like connected with this like big red gun in the middle. Not the design I would have gone with.
They're just like fighting in space.
But they got to go to fucking there. They're trying to power up this gun and everything. And you see this one dude go down into the core and everything. And oh man, yeah, it looked like at first it did look like a big black kyber crystal or whatever. Ends up not being. It's like blue, but it's like still some like crazy powerful crystal. Yeah, and these are called. It's called the Gemini class Star Destroyer. Makes sense. Gemini twins, 2 Star Destroyers. Sure, whatever. Still a weird design for a Star Destroyer. So yeah, then when you see some like oh fuck yeah, I'm skipping some stuff. But yeah, we see that these are like both dark side users and shit. The twins.
What kind of a lightsaber is this, bro?
Now he's fucking. I'm watching there. He's on the same episode I am right now.
Holy moly. Bro, that's not a lightsaber. That's a freaking Death Star saber.
Yeah. Okay. So the one dude fucking. He's trying to steal this crystal or whatever. And then his sister's like, "Oh, no, you don't." But you get a kind of like a little backstory thing, and apparently they're like some kind of like clones of something. Like, I mean, none of this is fucking canon. So like, yeah, they fucking cloned Sith somehow, like clone dark side users. That's really not explained or anything, but I mean, like, if you're working in a universe like this, like, do whatever the fuck you want. Like, that's what's up. So yeah, they're like test tube babies, basically. Oh yeah, this one gets real wacky. Yeah, he steals the thing. He gets away. For some reason, he's got an X-wing. So it's like kind of like you feel like he's trying to get to like the fucking resistance or whatever, fucking the rebels. He's not. He's trying to like save his sister. Because I guess he had a force vision or something that like she's gonna do something stupid with the crystal and it's just gonna consume her and she's gonna die. So he's actually trying to save her. So he gets away for a little bit on the X-wing, but then of course she fucking reaches out with the force. He's screwed. Well, kinda. But he gets ripped out of the ship and everything. So then they're having their own little flight, and then I read something about the crystal blowing up, and I thought it was just gonna fucking, like, if they broke the fucking crystal, it was just gonna like explode the whole fucking Star Destroyer, and like that would have been it and everything. But yeah, it ends up breaking. She puts it in her suit. They got these like crazy, I think they called them like the dark suits or something. But yeah, she puts it in her suit, gets all fucking super powered and shit. And this is the pictures that we've all seen with like her with the fucking 6 lightsabers and shit. Apparently she's got one in her heel too. I saw that pop out for a second. Yeah, this one gets real fucking anime wacky. And like the whole time I didn't notice until like I got to like this point. So she's still got her helmet on at this point, but he doesn't. Like he's pretty much taking his suit off. Like he's just in fucking, he looks like Luke Skywalker clothes and shit. But they're just both battling like on top of the Death Star and shit. Okay, and they're in space, dude. They're in space. Like they're just anime wackiness. They can breathe in space for some reason. Whatever. Sure, I'll go with it. It's Star Wars anime, but what do you think is gonna fucking happen? So he's trying to figure out how to save her, not defeat her and everything, and figure everything out. Like she's going nuts with all her fucking lightsabers, and he's like, he's too powerful. Like, I need to figure something out. And he's like, I'm gonna put that crystal in my lightsaber, and see if I can fucking like superpower my lightsaber. Shit. He figures out, and he's like, oh, I'll just like hook it to the hyperdrive of my X-wing that the fucking droid's flying around now and shit. So now he's got some fucking crazy ass lightsaber that's just like, it's fucking huge. It's just like a big fucking laser thing now. Like it's like lightsaber on fucking steroids. Like it's like you take a tower and fucking make it into a fucking lightsaber. So he's fucking,
yeah, I mean, they're just fun, entertaining.
he's coming toward the fucking thing. He's like cutting the ship up. And then he eventually does the hyperdrive thing. He gets to her, cuts the fucking jewels out of her, goes into hyperspace, and then you get like the Haldo maneuver thing. It's basically that, but without like the lack of sound and everything. But yeah, it's still that breakup thing. You see all the fucking streaks of all the shit going into hyperspace and whatnot. So he's out, and then she's just left to like float around in space and everything. And here's back to the fucking air and space thing. So she's got her service droid, which is a protocol droid. So he comes to save her. And this motherfucker's got a fucking space bubble helmet thing. Like, why the fuck does the droid need a space bubble helmet? They're just fucking willy-nilly out in space. So I don't know. That didn't make any fucking sense. But so yeah, basically, pretty much it seems like he crash landed on Tatooine, and he's like, I will save my sister. We'll find her someday. And then the episode ends, which I was kind of like, I thought they were actually going to have a little more with that, like, what happened to the sister and everything, like. But yeah, that was basically end of episode. There you go. There's episode 3. So episode 4, yeah, that one, I don't know. It's just fucking, this is goofy fucking anime fun. Like, probably not my favorite, but I'll think if I could put these in some kind of order. You already know number 1 is the Duel, the first one, so yeah. So episode 4, I really didn't write much down for this at all. This one's called The Village Bride, and done by Studio Kinema. It's 18 minutes long. Really, all I have written down for this is that it's like post-prequel era.
You guys want me to continue the next half tomorrow?
But I don't know, this episode was like weird. Like, okay, so like these two kids are like getting married and shit. And apparently their village is like occupied or something. You find it, and then there's like this other chick that's like around with this dude with like a helmet on and everything, and you kind of like on the fence for a minute whether she's like light side or dark side. She ends up being light side, but she's like been on this planet for a while, I guess, and was just like studying their customs, and they're like nature people. So there's that. But yeah, they get married, and apparently there's supposed to be some like deal between like whoever these thugs or empire people are and the town that the chief or whatever he's supposed to be handed over to make peace or whatever. But she ended up doing fucking pulling a Hunger Games and like volunteering in his stead. So these kids get married, and they're supposed to fucking, she's supposed to get shipped off like the next day after the fucking wedding and everything. Obviously that doesn't happen because chick comes in and saves the day and everything, and she's actually pretty badass, which is cool. But not much to that episode. It was good, like it was kind of neat, but like there's really nothing to say about it. It's just like a bunch of fucking exposition, just walking, and I don't know. So that's episode 4. Episode 5 is the 9th Jedi. This one's by Production IG, and it's I think the longest one of all of them at 22 minutes. Which I don't think it needed to be 22 minutes, but it was interesting. Starts off like all the music in this episode was very just like they literally like watched the movies and then just like kind of like copied John Williams like different sort of themes and everything and like made it like their own. But it starts off with a very, very like Ray's theme. If that's what they were going for, they had a good take on it. I don't mind that theme. It's a pretty good song. But yeah, so there's that. So yeah, apparently these Jedi are called to a meeting because this dude's trying to recreate the Jedi Order, because apparently they haven't been around for like thousands of years at this point or something, but they're still Force users. So, and he also found a lightsaber maker. So he's trying to get these guys together to give him lightsabers and hopefully renew the Jedi Order. So we get down to this planet, and there's this girl, and I don't know, there's something with these fucking like catapults and shit that I think is what they're harvesting the kyber crystals with, or whatever. I don't know. There's a shit ton of these fucking goddamn catapult things, but yeah, so she goes back to her hut, and her dad's the lightsaber maker, and he's finished up the lightsabers, and he gives her the one that he just finished for her. She lights up the blade, and it's kind of cool. There's no color to it, and like the way they explain that in this is just like I've made each of these lightsabers specifically to like reflect the user's style and how they are and everything. And her blade is kind of like this weird invisibility thing. Like, the other cool thing is apparently she's got a switch on hers, and she can make it fucking like a goddamn crazy ass fucking long sword, or very short. It was kind of like an invisible blade. It had like no real color to it. It was just energy. Like the energy was just resonating from it. That it had no color. So yeah, then we get a ship coming in, and apparently these are like Inquisitor type guys, like Inquisitor Jedi hunters and whatnot. So they show up, and they're like, "You need to come with us." And he's like, "Fuck you." Of course the girl gets out the fucking back door and shit. But yeah, so they come in. Apparently this guy's like quite a Force user, because they try to shoot him real quick, and he fucking puts his hand out, deflects the bullet. Bullet hits his fucking forge, lightsaber forge, whatever. That blows the house up. Yeah, he's just taken away. She's hopped off on a speeder, but they already saw her and everything, so you got that speeder chase and shit. The speeder chase actually got really fucking cool. Like, they're going through the woods and shit. And she, like, flips around backwards, and, like, fucking Jedi Hunter dude's like, oh my god, like, Force is strong with this one. And it's because she's just fucking whipping through this Force backwards, like, fucking with her lightsaber, just deflecting all the bolts and everything. They get on this frozen lake and whatnot. She hops off the bike, and then kind of pulls, like, a Luke Skywalker and fucking Jedi, where he's off his bike. And he just fucking cuts that bike open because she pretty much does the same thing, except just like slices the bike blows up, dude falls off. She hops back on her bike and she's out. So then there's like a goofy little scene where she's got to get up to this citadel or whatever the fuck tower thing that's in space, where all these guys are hanging out with this fucking giant ass robot, and they're like, where the fuck is this dude at? That like who summoned us here, like. So she finds these like goofy ass old robots, and only one of them's working. And he's like, oh my god, you gotta take me to space. And he's like, nah, I'm on my break. She's like, come on, here's money, go. And she's like, fine. So they get up to the fucking thing, and all the lightsabers are given out. Well, one was already there. The giant robot had one because they asked for proof of these lightsabers. And I forgot what the kid's name was. It was like the one kid who was there. He lit it up. It's blue, right? So she gets there. Everybody else gets their lightsabers. Forgot what went into the fucking thing, but yep. Turns out all the lightsabers are red. They're all Sith, and the dude that they were waiting for was actually inside this fucking thing we thought was a droid the whole time, but it turns out to be a fucking robot. So, fight ensues. Fucking all these Sith apparently those were sent out to them and everything, to the Jedi, but all these Sith caught up with them first and answered that call instead. So, big fight, lots of stuff happening. Turns out the chick's like fucking awesome and shit. The other kid, not so much, and the fucking old guy, he kind of reminded me of like Ram Koda and whatnot. That was pretty fucking cool. Yeah, dope. Okay, other dope thing about this fucking episode, motherfuckers are just straight getting cut in half. Like, I think this is like the first time like we've seen like humans or aliens that aren't just like animals or whatever, just like straight getting cut in half. Not getting your hand cut off, not getting your arm cut off or anything. Like, they're just straight getting cut in half. Like, okay, Maul got cut in half. But yeah, all these motherfuckers are just they're going nuts with the fucking them up and everything. So that was shit. Then we get to see the red Force lightning from one of the dark side guys who's going up against the Margrave. I think his name's Margrave. I don't know. That's what I've written here. Fucking hey, I'm already up to half an hour now. So yeah, basically, yeah, that's it. Everyone gets defeated, and turns out one of the Sith guys, like, he just got fucking overloaded by their dark power or whatever, because like the Margrave guy's like, this isn't you. We know this isn't you. Like, snap out of it. And he does. And then they're basically like, chick's like, basically like, can we go get my dad now? And they're like, yeah. And then, yeah, episode ends again. Like, they don't fucking go get the dad. Like, these probably could go on. Like, you don't even need to make them. You don't even need to make them that much longer. Just end it somehow, rather than just like, oh yeah, they just kind of went off, and because we're not getting to next week's issue unless they do that. So I don't know. So that was episode 5. That one was pretty damn enjoyable, gotta say. Can't be mad at that. Episode 6. Least favorite fucking episode of this entire thing. I wish they didn't even fucking do it. If you haven't watched yet, just literally skip over 6. Like, it's your very, very kiddie, goofy fucking anime style. Like, fucking people's shoes are making noises. They like have little fucking toy robots like all over the place doing all this dumbass shit. Yeah, this was Science Saru. It was called TOB1. It was 14 minutes long. And yeah, right out of the gate, you're getting fucking hard Astro Boy vibes. Like it's almost that sort of style. But it's just stupid. It's like this dude who's like a fucking, by the end of it, like I wrote down fucking, it's like a Pinocchio story. Like this dude made this like protocol droid robot that's like supposed to be a boy or whatever, and fucking he actually names him TOB1 because he calls him Toby. This episode's just so bad. Like I said, all the fucking kitty shit, dumbass shit. This fucking droid wants to be a fucking Jedi. The fucking science guy turns out to be a fucking Jedi, of course. He ends up getting killed because the fucking Inquisitor shows up. And then the fucking Inquisitor, like, buried him. Because, like, he comes back out of the fucking house and he looks at the fucking pile of rocks and he's just like, oh, I'm sad now. Dude, it's the fucking Empire. Like, they're not gonna fucking bury this fucking dude they just killed. Like, that didn't make any fucking sense. That's literally all I have to say about that fucking episode. Like, kid gets a lightsaber, he ends up being a fucking Jedi and fucking takes down the Inquisitor. Fuck that episode. Episode 7. This one was The Elder. This was also another one done by Trigger. 16 minutes long. I also don't have much to say about this one. This one was pretty interesting, but really not much happened. It's like you got a Jedi Knight and his apprentice. Apparently, this was a very fucking like Qui-Gon Obi-Wan dynamic episode. Like they're buddies. Obi-Wan's still young. Qui-Gon's the master and everything. And that was what's neat about that. Yeah, they go to this planet. They go out to the Outer Rim territories on a mission or whatever. And dude's getting like fucking, he feels something in the Force. He's like, oh shit. And he's like, we gotta go to this planet Habo. Turns out there's a old Sith Lord who's like not a Sith Lord, but he's just like really fucking old guy who used to be in the Sith and somehow is not in the Sith anymore. He was kind of a cool character. He's got like two smaller red lightsabers that are all wrapped in cloth and everything. That's pretty neat. Of course, fucking the apprentice gets taken out like right away. So then the master comes, and there's a good fight there. But at one point, fucking he gets one of his lightsabers out of his hand, and it just fucking chops that in half. And then like the really cool like the killing move and everything, you like moved to the side and like tricked him, and then just like held the lightsaber like right up to his chest and just fucking activated it. So yeah, that was the end of the Sith guy. And he also had a ship there. But yeah, he's got a self-destruct thing, so he just blows that up. And the kind of cool thing, after he does that, he turns to ash. Like, so that was kind of neat. Like, as a Sith, like what actually happens if a Sith dies? Like, we don't, obviously Palpatine didn't die. Obviously fucking well, Maul died, but we didn't really see anything happen. I think like Obi-Wan had respect for him at that time, probably buried him. But this guy was just still like fucking straight up evil, and like yeah, he just turned to ash and everything. So that was neat. That's episode 7, The Elder.
Okay.
It's episode 8. This is Lop and Akko. This is also one of the longer ones. This one's 20 minutes. This is made by Geno Studio. So yeah, this one actually started off like real cool. Like the CG CG on the Star Destroyer, like first thing that pops up, is fucking beautiful. It's fucking awesome. Like this goddamn, it was fucking cool. But then it also kind of gets goofy. So like this is an Empire occupied planet, but they're actually like allowing it. They want the Empire there for like their infrastructure and everything, but the Empire is doing what the Empire does and basically like fucking strip mining the whole planet. So people are starting to get pissed by that and everything. So we see this like little bunny girl like running around and everything. She's got like a big ass like collar on or whatever. And eventually she's found by this other girl and this like big dude or whatever. And she's like, "Oh, like you were one of their enslaved workers and everything. Like, well, why don't you come live with us in our clan? Because like we got all this food and everything." So they cut the collar off, and fucking Dad's just like, "God damn it, like what the fuck?" So yeah, they take her in. Ends up being a flash forward, like 7 years later after the events of this. Empire's still there. So yeah, get these, oh, here's a funny thing. Yeah, this chick straight up has a DBZ scouter. it looks like it and everything. It's just not like clipped on her ear. It's just like this like hairpin thing that she presses, and then this pink thing goes on her eye. I don't know. That was funny. Yeah, turns out, of course, the dad doesn't want the fucking Empire there anymore. He's like, fuck this. The bunny girl agrees. But the other sister is like, nah, we need the Empire. Because, like, fucking dad was, like, blowing up the, fucking, all our shit. And there's a big argument over that. It's like, no, we need the Empire. So, yeah, they all end up, like, running away and everything. And, the sisters are driving, and the one sister ends up cutting her braid off, leaving the family, joins up with the Empire. So you know where this is headed. Yeah, she goes back to the dad, and dad's like, "Come with me, I have something to show you." And then there's like a whole thing about family. Of course, he was a Jedi. And of course, he's got a fucking lightsaber, because one thing I've noticed in all of these episodes, everyone's a fucking Jedi, or has some kind of fucking Jedi thing, or literally everybody in the fucking show uses the Force somehow. So he basically like says all this stuff about family, and it's like, we took you in, you're still my daughter. Like, even though you're not blood, you're still family. Take this sword, and I'm gonna go talk to your sister or whatever. Of course, they're in a fight. They got like all these fucking cool blades that they look like metal blades, but like there's like light, and there's light in the dude's blades, and then like her fucking crazy ass fucking whatever nunchuck thing with fucking swords on the end of it was like giving off like red energy and everything, and they still sounded like lightsabers, which is neat. Yeah, so I was thinking like during this one probably could have been made into like an actual movie, more than any of these other ones. Like this like had literally a beginning, plot to end, like overarching like through the whole thing. Like you could definitely make this into a good hour-and-a-half movie if you really wanted to. So yeah, of course, Dad gets struck down. He's not dead, but he's already had lost one eye. He's got the big ass scars on his eye. So of course he loses the other eye, and he's blind now. So yeah, the other sister shows up. She's got the lightsaber. Of course, she already knows how to fucking use it and everything, because that's what they do in Star Wars now. So yeah, the sisters end up fighting. Good girl basically wins. And you see the one sister who's like fucking character style now is like really fucking cool. She's got like the whole Krennic cloak on. Her hair's all short. Her fucking blades are long. She's got like fucking red eyes and everything. But yeah, basically she gets beat. And you see her like fall out the fucking the door or whatever, the hangar bay or whatever. But then she like rises up on the some kind of starfighter tie thing, I think, and they just have a look at each other, and she flies off, and then the other sister's like, I will bring you back home, like we will be a family together again. So end of that episode. Pretty good, kind of random, but I don't know, decent. Like I said, I'd like to see that one specifically as a movie. So, the 9th and final episode. This one is called Akakiri. I think that's how you pronounce it. We're gonna go with Akakiri. This one is also a Science Sora one, and or Sora, whatever. This is 13 minutes long. And this one was kind of weird. Like, also nothing really happened. Fucking dude shows up on this planet. Apparently knows the chick there who's like the princess, and he had previously worked with them before as like a Jedi guard for their family. And apparently this princess's sister has killed their dad, who's the king, so she's fucking person now. But yeah, this one's got some real weird animation and character style to it. It's like everyone's kind of like a what do I want to say? Almost like a One Punch Man sort of thing, but everyone's got like noodly sort of arms, and it was just kind of weird. I don't know, but yeah. So they got to figure out how to get into the palace to take out the sister, or figure out what the fuck goes on. This dude's having headaches all the time and constantly sees someone dying. So yeah, like half this episode is just them walking like Lord of the Rings style to this palace. So they get to the palace, and whoa, holy fucking sister, like like you would look, okay, we've been with one sister the whole time, and then like I didn't even think that was the sister, but you see this chick, she's just fucking like some kind of fucking Hulk and everything. That was just odd. So there's this whole fight going on. She gets taken away. Fucking, he's getting beaten up, but then he like gets some strength back. Fucking and starts taking all these fucking like generic guards out one at a time and everything. Well, one of these guards is that chick. So he ends up killing her, and so then the sister comes back out, and she's all like, well, you want to join the dark side? We can save her. Fucking straight up like Palpatine shit. And regretfully he does. And apparently they do have the power to save the ones you love. So yeah, she wakes up and she's like, oh my god, what the fuck happened? Like, what? And then the other sister's just like, come my new apprentice, and he just kind of stands up and walks away, and then like all this crazy fucking like red force stuff happens, and she's just like, what the fuck? And that's the end of the episode. Kind of low on my list as well. But yeah, that's it for Visions. Definitely a fucking longer episode. But yeah, what I gotta say, just like overall, besides like that fucking 6th episode, yeah, definitely a solid 8 or 9 out of 10. Like I wouldn't complain about more of these things. Like I said, give me like 3 of these a year. Like, just roll them all out at once. And yeah. But I don't know, if I had to put all these episodes together, of course, 1, the Duel, was pretty fucking neat. It's fucking goofy as shit, but I think I'm gonna put the twins at 2. The 9th Jedi I'll put at 3. The Elder, 4. The Akakari, the 9th one, I'll put that at 5. 6, I'll say Lop and Oko. Why do I feel like I'm missing one? Yeah, 7, the Village Bride. 8, Tatooine Rhapsody. And 9, TOB1. Fuck that episode. But yeah, I don't know. Let me know if you guys enjoyed it or not. Rock and roll. Spotchka and Death Sticks. Fucking hit me up on IG, Darkstar2281. Hopefully we'll have some more Star Wars and I can start fucking making more episodes again. So rock and roll, everybody. May the force be with you. Fuck, turn off.